So I'm just going to take you through a couple of tips before we do get started. So one of the plugins that's really helpful for this on RuneLite is the menu entry swapper plugin, because it's going to save us having to right click and select between the options here on this particular ladder. So if we enable it, just show you my settings now. I'm not sure if it's item swaps, but these are my settings. So customizable left click checked. Bury. So yeah, customizable left click and shift click is checked. I'm not sure if it's objects or not, but on objects there's also customizable left and shift click enabled. So if you enable that, it should allow you to do this. So as you can see, like I just said, we can to climb the ladder, we have to press right click, climb up or down. So once we've got this plugin enabled, we can hold shift down, right click, and then we can swap your left click with a climb up action and press swap shift click with climb down action. This way, so on the actual click, without the shift, it will just take us up the ladder. Now, with a shift click, it's going to take us down the ladder. So that's going to save you a couple of seconds or a second or so there, having to right click. The other tip is to enable the ground markers using tile marker, the tile marker plugin, or tile indicator plugin. No, ground marker plugin, sorry. So yeah, you can just shift click and mark a tile. It's up to you for preference. I have the actions that I need to do marked, but that's totally up to you how you want to do it. The other tip is to enable your F keys. So in your settings, all settings, go to controls and make sure you have your keybind hotkeys set up. So I have my inventory on F2 and I have my swellbook on F3. The reason why we need to do this is because when we're collecting the milk from the cow, we need to press the home teleport quite fast. So what we do, we wait for the bucket of milk to appear in the inventory, and then as soon as it's appeared, we switch to magic and cast the home teleport back to Lumbridge. So that's going to help you. And a final tip will be when you are doing the run. So for example, if we use this, when you're on the collecting egg part. So once you've selected something to do something. So if we selected, oh shit, don't attack the goblin. Once you select to take the egg, right click on your next action that you want to take. So as soon as your egg appears in your inventory, you then click on your next action. So I've just right clicked and selected to pick the wheat. So as I'm going to pick the wheat, I've right clicked on the ladders. As soon as the wheat grain appears, I'm clicking to climb up the ladder. And you can do this as well with the cow. So you will have to collect some flour from here. So once we've collected the flour, we've already got the next option selected. So you're preempting what you want to be clicking on next to get you to where you want to be. And with all them tips, it's going to be quite tight to get the platinum trophy. But somebody has managed to get a 137 at this time of recording. So there must be another method to this. But if you do just want that platinum trophy, this is the way to do it. But yeah, just let me know in the comments what time you managed to get. So before we start the run, ideally you want to get the cook over, sort of over here, there. Well, not there, here, if he's going to stop. Either way, so your first set of actions is going to be to take the pot and climb down the trapdoor. So interestingly, the speedrun will not start until the final piece of dialogue from the cook. So what am I to do? Go through that, select option 1. Go through that, go through that. And it's going to come up saying start a speedrun of the Cook's Assistant quest. So we're going to click yes, and then on skip past the next piece of dialogue, which should start the timer. The timer is going to appear in your top left corner, and that's going to give you an idea of where you are. So once we start, we're going to take the pot, go down the trapdoor. So we start, and the quest started. Pot, trapdoor, northeastern corner is the bucket that we need. So we're going to hover over the ladder, wait for us to collect the bucket, climb back up the ladder, zoom back out, and head over in this direction. Click anywhere over here. Just be careful as you're heading up this way, your character doesn't stop, because I've done that a couple of times and it's quite frustrating. So just keep it moving. So this is the part where I'm talking about with the highlighting things. So we're going to take the egg. So we're going to right click on the wheat, and as soon as the egg appears in our inventory, we're going to click pick the wheat. There it is. So once the wheat appears in the inventory, we're going to click climb up the ladder. There it is, climb up the ladder. So if you just zoom in a little bit, now hover over the ladder and wait for the next stage to come up. So up again, into the hopper, operate the hopper. So down the steps, hold your shift and go down again. Out to collect the flour, don't forget that. Milk the cow up in this corner. So now we want, as soon as that milk appears in the inventory, we want to be teleporting. So we've got our keys selected, it's appeared, and then we home teleport back. So somebody on the high scores at the minute has got a 137, so there must be a different way of doing this, but this is the way I got my platinum. So if that's what you're after, you will get it this way. Once we're back in Lumbridge, make sure not to click straight on the cook, because you're going to do like a weird moonwalk. So click into the room, then click the cook. Don't just do that. Skip through all the dialogue, because the speedrun doesn't end until you've got through that, which has just caught me out there. So yeah, that's it really. It's quite a simple speedrun, but it's a nice intro into what speedrunning can be. But yeah, definitely keep trying, and like I said earlier, let me know what time you got in the comments. Okay, thank you. See ya.